Welcome back to Daily AI News at Let's Data Science. It's 2026-0502. Today we're diving into some pivotal developments, from the future of machine intelligence to major product launches. Let's get to it. We begin with a structural shift in the developer economy. GitHub has announced that GitHub Copilot will move from its premium request unit system to token-based usage billing starting June 1st, 2026. Instead of abstract request credits, every Copilot plan will now include a monthly allotment of GitHub AI credits, with additional usage billed based on actual token consumption. According to GitHub's blog and documentation, one AI credit is valued at 1 cent. Token usage will count input, output, and even cached tokens, and those tokens are converted into AI credits using model-specific API rates published in GitHub Docs. GitHub has also launched a preview bill tool in early May, so users can estimate projected costs directly in their billing overview. Importantly, GitHub says core editor features such as inline code completions and next edit suggestions will remain free. But multi-step agentic sessions and large repository scale operations will consume credits more quickly. Mario Rodriguez, GitHub's chief product officer, wrote that under the old model, a quick chat question and a multi-hour autonomous coding session can cost the user the same amount, underscoring why GitHub is aligning pricing with back-end inference cost. For engineering leaders, this marks a shift from predictable per-seat SaaS economics to metered AI compute. Teams running long-lived coding agents, large context windows, or automated repository sweeps will now need to instrument token usage and potentially constrain model selection and session length. In practical terms, Copilot is becoming a metered cloud compute resource embedded in your IDE. Next, AI is accelerating competition in the global auto industry. KR Asia reports that China's car makers are pulling ahead of Japanese and European rivals by integrating advanced AI driver systems and battery technology directly into mass-market electric vehicles. At the center of this story is XPeng and its new GX SUV, described as capable of the equivalent of Level 4 autonomous driving. XPeng has incorporated its proprietary Turing AI chips into production vehicles, moving beyond prototype demos to integrated hardware-software stacks. Notably, Volkswagen chairman Oliver Blume visited XPeng's booth at the Beijing Auto Show, and Volkswagen holds roughly a 5% stake in XPeng. Volkswagen's own ID UNX 08, released April 16th, reportedly uses two of XPeng's Turing AI chips. That detail is critical. It signals not just partnership optics, but cross-OEM integration of Chinese-developed AI inference silicon into a European automaker's production model. The China Association of Automobile Manufacturers reports a 20% year-on-year drop in domestic sales in the first quarter of 2026, alongside a 57% rise in exports. That export surge suggests Chinese OEMs are pairing AI-enabled driving stacks and battery advances with aggressive overseas expansion, reducing reliance on foreign joint ventures. For practitioners in embedded ML and automotive systems, two technical patterns stand out: onboard inference via specialized AI chips, and tighter integration between perception stacks, vehicle controls, and battery management systems. However, claims of Level 4 equivalence will require independent validation through regulatory filings and third-party safety testing before reshaping deployment norms. Staying on the road, Google is bringing its Gemini model directly into vehicles equipped with Google built-in, replacing Google Assistant through an over-the-air software update. The rollout begins with English-language users in the United States and will reach both new and existing compatible vehicles. General Motors announced it will upgrade approximately 4 million vehicles from model year 2022 and newer. Eligible drivers signed into their Google account will see an on-screen prompt when the update becomes available. According to Google's blog and reporting from TechCrunch and Android Authority, Gemini in cars can answer vehicle-specific questions by tapping into manufacturer-provided owner's manuals. It can control Android Automotive OS exposed functions like climate settings and EV charge status, summarize messages, plan routes with contextual filters, and access apps from the Google Play Store. A beta feature called Gemini Live enables more open-ended, real-time conversations. Technically, embedding a large multimodal assistant into a vehicle environment introduces latency, connectivity, and privacy trade-offs. Delivering natural conversation without perceptible lag typically requires a hybrid edge cloud architecture and careful model routing. At the same time, OEMs must manage OTA rollout sequencing, rollback safety, and infotainment stability across millions of vehicles. For embedded AI teams, the scale here is the headline: 4 million GM vehicles receiving a generative assistant upgrade. That elevates continuous integration, telemetry monitoring, and safety validation to mission-critical engineering concerns. Shifting from mobility to molecular biology, ByteDance's Drug Discovery Unit, Anu Labs, presented an AI-designed small molecule that inhibits IL-17 at the American Association of Immunologists annual meeting in Boston. According to the Next Web, the molecule targets a protein-protein interaction, long described by the pharmaceutical industry as undruggable due to large, flat binding surfaces. Anu Labs also published a generative framework called Anu Omni, reportedly trained on 5 million biomolecular complexes. The company operates from Shanghai, Singapore, and San Jose, with a core team of 36 and an advisory board that includes Liu Yongjin, Jima, and Hua Zhou. The focus on a small molecule targeting a protein-protein interaction is significant. Much of the industry has historically approached such targets with biologics. A structure-informed generative system trained on millions of complexes suggests scale comparable to other large generative chemistry platforms. However, this remains a conference-stage announcement rather than a peer-reviewed publication. For practitioners in computational biology, the next milestones to watch are independent validation, preclinical data, and detailed methodological disclosures documenting how Anu Omni generates, scores, and synthesizes candidate molecules. Now, for a few other key updates in our lightning round. OpenAI Chief Financial Officer Sarah Friar told Bloomberg that the company is meeting its core objectives and that any slowdown is driven by a lack of compute rather than a lack of demand. Her comments followed a Wall Street Journal report alleging shortfalls in new user and revenue targets, which OpenAI described as prime clickbait. Meanwhile, The Information, as reported by PYMS, cited revenue projections of about $30 billion this year and $284 billion by 2030, while earlier coverage mentioned figures of $2.5 billion this year and $100 billion by 2030. The variance underscores both demand intensity and forecasting uncertainty in frontier AI economics. In infrastructure, Moore announced validation of large language model inference on the Tenstorrent Galaxy Wormhole system using its MoAI inference framework. The company tested mixture of experts models, including GPT-OSS, Qwen, GLM, and DeepSeek, and claimed performance matching or surpassing NVIDIA DGX A100 class systems. Moore says it uses a disaggregated architecture where Tenstorrent wormhole processors act as prefill accelerators, reducing reliance on high-bandwidth memory. The results were unveiled at Tenstorrent's TT Deploy event in San Francisco. As always with vendor benchmarks, independent replication will be essential before procurement decisions. And in vertical AI, New York-based Avoca has raised more than $125 million across seed, Series A, and Series B rounds, reaching a $1 billion valuation. Fortune reports the Series B was led by Meritech and General Catalyst, with Kleiner Perkins leading the Series A and Y Combinator backing the seed. Avoca builds AI agents to handle inbound calls, scheduling, and dispatch for HVAC, plumbing, and roofing contractors, and now serves more than 800 customers. It's a clear signal that voice-driven, workflow-integrated AI agents in offline services are attracting significant capital. And that's your AI briefing for today. The landscape is moving faster than ever, and we'll be here to track it with you. For more insights, visit us at letsdatascience.com. Thanks for tuning in, stay curious, and we'll be back tomorrow with the latest in AI.